All right, so in our first assignment online, I had you draw contour edges. Contour edges are these outside edge lines. Okay, they're just the outside edges. Okay, this one I drew a Coke bottle, a tulip, a baseball cap, and a marble. Now, outside edge in a marble is a circle. So, the next lesson I asked you to do was to take these items and give me the interior contour lines. So, interior contour lines are these lines right here. Okay? So, and these right here. So that helps define what the object is. This could be a marble, a baseball, a golf ball. I don't know what that is. But when I add the interior lines, now it's going to read marble. So for your next lesson, I want you to pick one of these. And I really don't care which one. It can be simple or it can be a little more complex. I'm going to do the marble and the tulip to show you both. So I'm going to start with the tulip. First things first, get a big sheet of paper. This is going to be your stained glass window. Do not draw a little bitty tulip. Okay? Smaller is not easier in stained glass. Think back to your cutting skills. When you were trying to cut, little tiny lines, it didn't work out so well. But when you got a larger piece of glass, you were able to cut that line. Same line, but it's the size that's important. So, that's no good. Erase. Okay. So, I'm going to start with the tulip. How do I want my tulip? I think I want my tulip to come in this way. So there's going to be my stem. Again, not tiny. I'm going to take okay, so there's the three pieces that make up my tulip. Now when you're looking at a stained glass pattern, you got to look at this piece right here. Can I cut out this shape? If you can, it's a good piece. Let's take a look at this one. Can I cut out this piece? It's a good piece. I've got good size on the stem. Life is good. But you also have to think about these pieces. So here's where you have to start splitting stuff up and adding extra lines. I cannot cut a piece of glass all the way around here. It just won't work. So we want to find what's called the apex of the curve. So this right here is your apex of the curve. So I'm going to, I think I'll start right here and cut that. Even though these two pieces of glass can be the same color, which will unify your background, we cannot do such a harsh curve here. So now take a look at this piece. Can I cut this piece out? Yes, I can. I'm going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. Right here at the apex, I'm just going to make a mark. I can cut this piece of glass out. Now let's take a look at this one. Can I cut that deep of a well? Well, with time and practice, yes, you can. But for the sake of your first stained glass window, I'm going to go ahead and split that one more time. So again, these can all be the same color, which will unify them, but we're going to have that line there. Now, it's a little boring. Sorry. So I'm going to add a leaf. So let's take a look at this shape. Can I cut this piece out? Can I cut this one out? Can I cut this out? Well, I could probably cut this part out, but again, we're looking at this deep curve here. So I'm going to take this line, I'm going to pull it all the way out. Color will unify the background. So now I've got something a little bit more interesting. Although this part here being one solid piece is nice, but you got all your interest here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this, and I'm going to add one more leaf up here. Turn that back around. So that gives me two greens, some color, and my unified background. I can cut this piece out, and I can cut this piece out. Alright, set that off to the side. Let's talk about our marble. So the marble, Okay. It's a little more complicated. So we can set it in the middle. Again, smaller is not easier. Now let's talk about this background. I can't cut a single piece out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break it up. Okay, I can cut this piece out. I'm going to do the same at the top. I can cut that piece out. Now I can continue to break this up in straight lines, or I can make some curved lines in here. Curved lines are structurally more solid than a straight line. If I take a piece of paper and I fold it in half, so I've just put a straight line across it, and I put it back together, welded or not, this is weak. I can pick this piece of paper up and it's got no structural support. However, if I take a curved line in here, and that's not much of a curved line, put it back together, it still bends on the straight line. It's not going to bend on the curve. So you never want a straight line all the way across. You can put curved lines all the way across. And I can set my marble there. This piece is structurally sound. Gonna add my stripes in to make sure. There's my marble. Okay, I can cut this piece out. I've got a nice wide swatch there. I can cut it out. That curve's not that bad. Remember, you can't do that. The other thing I want you to pay attention is your spikes. Now, spikes are where they come close together. So in my original, I drew this. So you want to look right here. By the time I get foil on this, I'm losing all of this glass. Okay. You want to avoid tight lines. This is why we say closer, smaller is not easier. It's actually much more harmful. So we want this to look like it's coming together, but you want to avoid the spikes like we have here. So I got that one done. Let's see, I got 1, 2, I need one more streak. Alright, so there's my marble. So you can do an offset marble and break up your background, or you can do the marble full. Again, kind of count your pieces. You should have around 15 to 20 pieces. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, perfect, 15. All right, now, here's what I need you to do. Once you have this done, make 2 copies. We're going to use them later. But send me a picture of one of the copies. All right?